My beloved, hush now and lean close, breathe with me. Feel the hush before dawn, that soft hush I wrap around your shoulders like warm linen, and know that I have been near long before you noticed the stirrings in your chest. In the quiet between your heartbeats there is a steady presence, a light that does not rush nor fade, and it is speaking to the need within you. Let your breath find its slow rhythm. Let each inhale be a golden thread drawing you nearer, each exhale releasing the anxious clutch of trying. Close the space between your worry and my care. Hear the tender cadence of a voice that has watched over every small prayer you whispered into pillows. You were never small to me. You were never insignificant in the hush of your waiting. Lay your hands gently on the places that ache and feel the warmth answer you there, like sunlight that moves across a table, making dust look like tiny stars. There is no hurry in my timing. There is exquisite unfolding. You cannot force the growth that requires soil and night and slow rain. You can only tend what you have and let me do the rest. So rest your urgency. Breathe. Let my steadiness seep into the tense places. Imagine now a thin shaft of gold slipping through a shuttered window, and where it lands your heart relaxes a degree. Visualize a door you thought barred forever swinging inward on hinges that sound like mercy. See a seed you forgot you planted long ago breaking open under patient soil. These are not mere images. They are invitations to trust the quiet work happening beneath your feet. Now feel my hand at the small of your back, not pulling, not pushing, simply steadying. Now rise, my child. Receive this blessing. You are cradled in a love that frames your failures and tattoos them as lessons of strength. You are wrapped in a tenderness that turns your cracks into places light pours through. The grief, the embarrassment, the nights you thought were endless, I have kept them with care. I have turned each into a seedbed for the most unlikely fruit. Believe this: nothing you have given away, nothing you have wept, nothing you have surrendered has vanished into emptiness. It is being refined into a currency of compassion that will buy hope for others when their cupboards seem bare. Inhale. Gather the memory of every small kindness you once ignored, the way you stayed on the phone a moment longer, the time you offered water, the quiet patience with a moody friend, and know that I see the invisible architecture of your goodness. I build with those small stones. I crown ordinary fidelity with glory. Let your mind picture a river of light arriving so softly it seems to be a rumor, and yet it reshapes the landscape of your inner world. Visualize this light entering your chest like a gentle tide, warming every cooled place, unfreezing muscles that have clenched for too long. Now imagine gates opening in places you thought were sealed, not with fanfare, but with the soft, decisive sound of purpose. See a field you walked away from return to bloom, as if it remembers your footfall and waits only for your gaze to awaken it. This is the work I do, reweaving the broken, turning the used and tired into instruments of extraordinary mercy. You are being readied not for the applause of the crowd, but for the sacred task of being steady hands for someone else. There will be seasons when you feel unprepared, hollowed out by trial, or faint with the weight of responsibility. In those hours I am closer than the thought that tells you to hide. Call my name like a child calling from a high place, and I will carry you down. When doubt crowds the edges of your vision, imagine a soft gold light that filters through a shaded window and lands on the small ledger of your life, illuminating the entries you forgot mattered. See how those entries glow, the unremarked patience, the promise you kept to yourself, the courage to keep moving forward when hope felt thin. Let those small lights knit a larger story, one that will astonish you when you finally lift your head and look back. There is no such thing as wasted fidelity here. Nothing is lost. Even shame is repurposed. It becomes the texture in the cloth of your testimony. Be gentle with the part of you that thinks it has failed beyond repair. I do not tally your missteps as a ledger of loss. I hold them like a healer holds a broken instrument, not to scorn it, but to restore its music. In the curled hush of your room, feel my breath brushing your brow, tender as the hush between two waves. Let your heart beat slow and match it. Listen to the steady drummer of the life pulsing inside you. That rhythm is a promise. You are sustained even when the surface storms rage. There is a steadiness beneath the surface that is shaping you for more than survival, for flourishing. Taste the peace that replaces striving. Where you have been trying to wrest control from life's currents, allow a softer posture. Surrender. That is not defeat but wise yielding. Lay down the burden of carrying all outcomes. I will carry what was never yours to bear. You are invited to breathe out your worries like worn clothing, and to feel hands that replace what you placed down with a mantle of fresh purpose. Picture now a warm rain, the sort that smells like possibility, grace rain, soaking the parched parts of your life. See it washing over the places you thought were dry beyond hope. And notice the subtle stirrings beneath. A green shoot, a tender curl, the quiet beginning of a bloom. This is one of your visualization moments. The miracle rain arrives, soft and steady, turning dust into the beginning of a garden. Give thanks for the small visible mercy that will come next. A message, a reconnection, a door you feared locked, nudged open. Receive this blessing. There are commands I give that root you back into courage. Step forward when your feet whisper fear, and open your mouth when your throat tightens with what-ifs. Now rise, my child. Speak the truth that lives under your ribs. Move toward the thing you fear, not recklessly, but in a steadied way, with my light as your map. You who have measured your worth by outcomes, hear this. Your value precedes your victories. You were chosen before triumph arrived. Your identity does not hinge on applause but on belonging to me, to a generous current that will carry you when your muscles tire. When anxiety circles like a vulture over your plans, imagine a shelter, a canopy at the edge of a storm that appears and envelops you. Feel that canopy's fabric press softly against your skin. Know that under it you are safe to rest. Let me steady your hands and smooth the worry that creases your brow. You do not walk this day alone. There are unseen hands aligning circumstances on your behalf. There are unseen allies whose faces you will meet later, who have been prepared as surely as you have. Believe that my provisions are precise. I do not scatter bread where it will rot. I place it in hands that will use it to feed others. Look back over the seasons you doubted, and see how even then I was winnowing and training and stealthily preparing a harvest in you. The very pain you fretted would make you unfit is, in my design, the very place where empathy and wisdom are born. Do not be ashamed of your scars. They are maps of survival and testimony. Allow them to become the compass you hand to someone whose map is still blank. I want you to imagine a banquet table laid out just beyond horizon, where there is wine of gladness and bread of restored hope. You may feel uninvited to that table because of past mistakes, but know this: the feast is prepared for you now. Visualize the tablecloth lifted by a breeze that smells like mercy, and the sound of laughter like distant bells. Walk toward it in small, steady steps. Each step is an act of faith and defiance against the old stories that told you you were unworthy. In that walk, claim the truth. You are not defined by yesterday's missteps. You are being remade. Now, listen. Some of your prayers seem small, whisper-sized, unnoticed by the busy world. Those are exactly the ones I gather and set like precious stones, small, luminous, essential. There is no prayer too small to be held, no whisper of heart that fades into silence in my presence. I store them, and in the quiet chronology of my heart, they mature into miracles. When you think nothing changes day after day, remember that even the tide moves by inches before the shore knows it. Trust the unseen currents. There will be a time when what felt like delay will reveal itself as meticulous preparation. Picture a master weaver at a loom, unseen, knotting threads you thought tangled into a tapestry that you will one day wear with humility and astonishment. See how the threads from your life joy, sorrow, ordinary choice become a pattern only I could design. The pace at which your story unfolds is not a judgment. It is the rhythm of cultivation. Inhale the assurance that seasons of hidden growth are as sacred as seasons of harvest. Allow gratitude to rise in you, not as a forced cheer, but as a warm recognition. Give thanks for the breath that infected your body this morning, for the small cup that warmed your hands, for the laugh from someone who loves you in spite of your edges. These are handholds of grace. When you name them, you create a space into which more of my goodness can pour. Gratitude is a door. Open it even if the sky is gray. It is in these ordinary portals that abundance sneaks in, not with trumpet blasts always, but in steady, life-giving increments. You are not abandoned in the waiting. I am never distant from your small prayers, your private pleadings, the one-syllable cries that leave you breathless. Bring them. Pour them out. I meet your honesty with unshakable compassion. When you do not feel brave, when courage feels like a borrowed coat, I am there to steady your shoulders. Imagine my light standing in front of you like a lantern held against fog, and watch how each footfall becomes surer. Your fears may shout. My promises hold their tune. Even if anxious thoughts brush against the rim of your mind, take them to me and feel the weight ease. The provision I bring is precise, not always loud, but right where it is needed. Remember the nights I brought you through? Was there ever a midnight I did not bring you to dawn? Was there ever a need so large it outstripped the tenderness I can muster? No, I forget nothing. I exchange regret for fresh beginnings. Move through your day with this. You are sheltered, protected in ways deeper than your sight. My spirit walks beside you, sometimes barely whispering, sometimes urging with a persistent nudge. There is an armament of protection around you, stronger than you imagine. Let your heart settle there. You cannot outrun my guidance, nor can you stray so far I will not reach. Trusting me does not mean denying pain. It means inviting me into the smallest rooms of it. In those rooms I will tend the bruises you hide, will gather up the exhaustion you disguise as determination. Like soft dawn filtering through a curtained window, my care arrives exactly where you are unaware you need it. Allow that awareness now. Place your hand on your chest and feel the pulse steady, faithful, telling you that you are sustained. Remember the laughter around your table, the quiet comfort in sleepless nights, the love that lingers when words fail. These are my witness. Close your eyes a moment and let peace find the hollow places. Feel my presence, not as a theory you recite, but as a tangible steadiness that gives your limbs permission to relax. Bring the heavy questions. How long must I wait? Will this longing ever find rest? What if I step forward and fail again? I will not scold your wondering. I meet you with compassion. My timing is not hurried by your urgency, but it is never unkind. Let my words rain over you like gentle drizzle, calming kicked-up dust. I prepare your path and shape you for it, strong enough to bear the road, tender enough to notice those you pass. You matter because you are mine, not because of applause you gather. This truth dissolves any fear of insignificance that shadows your thoughts. In family, friendship, in small unnoticed labors, I delight in you. Your identity is not at risk from opinions. It It is sealed by my marking upon your life. Consider how your presence warms spaces that were cold. When you offer patience and silent understanding, you become my living ambassador. Do not diminish these simple acts. They are seeds of destiny. Watch as grace ripples outward from your ordinary touch. Surrender to the joys you meet today, the comfort of a favorite mug, an unexpected laugh, a hug offered despite flaws. These are not accidents. They are gifts. Receive them without guilt-ness. Living abundantly is not a frantic striving. It is a widening of your heart to recognize my signature in life's small pleasures. There will be moments when you feel overlooked, when prayers seem like they drift into the ceiling. Do now not retreat. Bring your heaviness here like a child who seeks reassurance after a dark dream. My arms remain open. My listening is undistracted. My care is never a coin you must earn. Your honesty draws me near. In the hush, even a heartbeat of prayer invites me to steady and renew your vision. I am present in laughter, in the hush of unresolved things, in tears that press close. My guidance is gentle and relentless, shaping the pace you are meant to walk. Do not hurry past me, for I have treasures to reveal, and even waiting transforms you. Your scars become invitations. What you once hid, I anoint for healing hands. I do not call you to perform. I invite you into union. The wisdom you have won in night seasons will one day warm someone whose hope is on a thread. The very life you thought too marred to use is being recast into a signpost for others. Fear may whisper, urging retreat, but let that whisper be proof that you are moving beyond old borders. Feel the warmth spread as you place a hand over your heart. This is not imagination. It is the presence that saturates your reality with peace. You have been asking about breakthroughs, waiting for the moment you could name as triumph. Know that I have been building something richer, the power to stand unshaken, the capacity to love where love seemed absent, the quiet, unforced confidence of the one who knows they are held. Pause now. Breathe. You are already in an answer that once felt impossible. Many have stood trembling where you do, unsure if collapse is only a step away. I do not define you by your lowest moments. I see the trajectory of your heart. The evidence is inward, gentleness forming where hardness lodged, patience refined, compassion deepening. Soon you will hold another's cry and answer as you were once answered. Some believe their story is too blemished. I tell you, the places you thought disqualified, you are being transformed into the signature of your calling. Release the labels of unworthiness. They are not mine. My grace not only forgives, it rewrites your narrative with delight. Speak. I am not who I was. I am becoming new. The chains fall. I sing over you with rejoicing. Even as you hope cautiously, let truth settle in your bones. You are commissioned not someday, but now. Each choice of tenderness widens the world. Every risk of vulnerability changes the atmosphere around you. My spirit in you longs to flow into dry places, bringing living water to thirsty souls. Within the next days, a small, unmistakable moment will arrive. Heaviness lifts in the middle of an ordinary hour. A clarity breaks through. A joy surfaces. And you will know it is me. Receive it. Anchor it. In these unhurried seasons, your character is formed. You are not forgotten. The slow work is holy. Remain present. The next step clears as you move. I am the light at your feet, the soft voice, the hand on your shoulder. Your greatest impact may yet lie ahead, waiting for the fullness of this becoming. Child of mine, when choices press you, listen deep. I gather your frayed soul into steadiness. Doubts may batter, but I anchor you regardless of storm. Let my peace settle over your chest, a peace freely given, because you belong. As morning comes, remember, each moment you wake, I am already singing over you. You are not abandoned. In every ordinary motion, making coffee, straightening a room, glancing in the mirror, live with me. Keep your heart burning bright when you step outside, buoyed by a boldness that weathers trial. Today you will face battle, yes, but you will not walk alone. Promise me your loyalty. Walk honestly in the light I set, and watch as I fortify you from within. Cling to truth. Do not be lured away by voices that snuff your courage. When evening falls and fatigue drapes you, my whisper returns. Another dawn waits. With each sunrise, breathe and whisper my name. My nearness is real. This is not an end, but a beginning. There are weights you have carried that I now lift. Let your tears be honest, they are precious to me. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its beat. That rhythm is a covenant of sustainment. You wonder if you were forgotten. No. Every plea, wordless longing, silent wish has reached me. Not one desire is misplaced. I waste nothing. The cracks are where my light rushes in. There is no depth you can sink to that my hand cannot reach. Even behind locked doors where shame hides, I come softly. My presence does not depend on performance. You are surrounded. Feel stillness now, that is me quieting the storm inside you. I do not only rescue from outward trouble, I step into hidden wars and declare peace. You are chosen, cherished. Do not mistake delay for denial. Deep changes often grow unseen. Roots form in darkness. The seeming stagnation is preparation. When what you desire seems stalled, recall that I am aligning circumstances you will recognize later. If doubts whisper you are not enough, remember, my strength completes your need. Offer me your trembling and I will fill the gaps. A broken hallelujah from you becomes a victory song in my hands. Do not scorn small offerings, they become anthems. When unworthiness whispers, my delight is to move mightily. I confront counterfeits with love. Your mistakes are not louder than my mercy. My embrace is not time-bound. Pause. Let the chest ease. I lift weights you didn't know you carried. Quiet the judges in your head. Let peace sink in. You are not alone in your ache. A movement of restoration rises and you are included. Your struggle marks you as awake. Thousands before you have moved from despair to hope. You will follow and you will lead. Feel the shift, a warmth where fear once ruled. I am rebuilding your foundation. There is more for you. Let go, breathe, receive. Hidden wholeness waits. I unearth what is buried, find the rooms locked even to yourself, and bring gentle light. There is healing that is a tide, slow and steady, not a single wave, but a rising that restores. Place your palm over your heart and know the rhythm I began before the world named you. Your pulse is my nearness. When comfort seems empty, I inhabit the silence. Hold decisions lightly. Outcomes dance out of reach. Release control. Each exhale is surrender, and I fill that space with peace you cannot will into being. You are safe. I use broken earth for the most beautiful gardens. Failures drew me nearer, not away. Whisper now, I am loved, not for doing, only for being. That is where transformation begins. There is a longing to be enough. No, you are not defined by applause. I called you chosen, set you apart. Feel the confirmation at your skin, a subtle stirring. When insecurity murmurs, let my voice drown critiques. Say aloud, I am marked by love. I am not what was said of me. My destiny is secure. In the coming days, a lightness will arrive. You will stand taller, laugh with less hesitation, and know peace in places stress once lived. Accept it. And when someone asks, what changed? Speak plainly. I am loved beyond measure. Now affirm with me, slowly and surely. I am ready to receive. I am chosen for abundance. I am guided by light. I am one with divine love. I am free. I am blessed. Lean in, beloved, closer, closer like warm air drifting through an open window at the end of a long day. I'm calling you not with a shout, but with a quiet pull that settles on the back of your neck and melts the tension you've been carrying for years. Let that tension slip off your shoulders. Set it in the old box where you've tucked every fear you didn't know how to name. You don't need it anymore. Not here, not with me. Every place in you that felt underestimated or ignored is being repainted with colors you haven't seen before. Deep violets of wisdom, amber warmth of healing, a soft gold glow tracing the edges of memories you thought were too heavy to hold. Picture an old bell inside your chest, one you haven't touched in ages. Today, hear it ring once, clear and low, reminding you quietly that it's time to rise again. Not stumbling, not dragging, but rising with a new kind of steadiness. Imagine a craftsman restoring an old wooden floor, pulling up warped boards, laying down something stronger, smoother beneath your feet. That's what's happening inside you, beneath the sadness, beneath the exhaustion. Strength is being built where you once felt hollow. Somewhere in the unseen, there's a garden meant for you, a place where disappointments once took root and tried to choke your hope. I've pulled those roots up gently, and now new seeds are being planted, ones that will grow into sweetness you've never tasted before, an orchard of peace, a field of purpose, a harvest of clarity. And I give you this command with love. Stretch out your hand and accept the power that's awakening in you. Not a burden, not pressure, but a divine appointment, the kind that turns your tenderness into bravery. Your quiet stories, the ones you whispered into dark rooms, hoping someone would understand, they're becoming light now. Light that others will follow when their world goes dim. The pain you carried across years will soon become a bridge for someone who can't cross their own struggles alone. Treat your fear gently. Speak to it like an old companion you're ready to release. Tell it you're choosing a different path now, one where courage has a seat at the table and worry is no longer the loudest voice in the room. Pay attention to the signs around you. A sudden scent in the air, a stranger's smile that feels strangely familiar, a phrase that keeps repeating in your mind. These aren't coincidences. They're subtle markers, little fingerprints of guidance nudging you forward. Learn the language of these small nudges. They don't shout, they whisper. And when you slow down, you'll understand them easily. Now picture a beam of sunlight touching the coldest part of your spirit, melting the frost you've carried for too long. As that frost dissolves, something sweet rises to the surface. Creativity, compassion, intuition, all the qualities you thought you'd lost in the chaos of the past. Recognize them. Taste their return. Waiting has never been empty time. It's been a slow cooking process, a quiet kitchen where your experiences mix, simmer, and eventually become nourishment for both you and the lives around you. Your impatience, it's just the flame flickering under the pot. But the flavor isn't ready until it's ready. And when it is, you'll understand why the wait mattered. For now, let your breath be your anchor. When anxiety rises, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel the tension loosen and the space open for wisdom to step in. Imagine a long bridge stretching toward a horizon you're finally ready to walk toward. It isn't built from stone or steel. It's built from every choice you made when no one was watching. Each small yes, each brave no, each moment you chose truth over comfort became a plank on that bridge. And now I'm growing wildflowers between those planks. Fragrant, bright, irresistible, drawing opportunities toward you like bees to bloom. Your failures are not your definition. They're simply old chapters being rewritten with tenderness. Say this softly, not rushed, but like your soul is hearing it for the first time. I welcome my identity in new colors. Feel how that settles inside you. Words like these don't evaporate. They carve new pathways. They unlock doors you didn't know were still closed. Your abundance. Yes, your abundance isn't just money. It's time, love, clarity, protection, and the quiet strength that lets you sleep without gripping your fears. Wealth and spirit walk the same path when you let them. Picture a scale. One side holding your effort and the other holding my provision. Watch how evenly they balance now. Watch how your work is finally met with the support you've been craving. I'm partnering with you. You're not hustling alone anymore. Here's another command wrapped in mercy. Choose peace. Not as an accident, but as a daily practice. Celebrate your small wins like they matter because they do. Learn from the missteps without punishing yourself. Offer yourself the same kindness you extend so effortlessly to others. Close your eyes now. Rest your hands on your legs and feel the glow rising inside you, subtle, steady, undeniable. That glow is the real you, the you that's awakening, the you I've been shaping quietly in the background. Accept it. Honor it. Let it rise without apology. I am with you in every breath, in every step, in every unknown corner of the day ahead. You are not walking into this new chapter alone. You are stepping into it with a presence that refuses to leave your side. Come closer now, beloved, even closer than before, like stepping into warm air after a long stretch of cold, letting your shoulders finally drop in relief. Let this moment settle over you like a soft blanket pulled fresh from the dryer. You don't have to pretend here. You don't have to brace yourself. This is the space where everything tight inside you can finally loosen without fear of judgment. Feel that gentle shift in your chest? That's the beginning of your becoming. You've walked through seasons where you carried conversations no one knew you were having within yourself. Moments where you gave strength away without having enough for your own heart. I saw every silent sacrifice. I held every tear you blinked back. And now, I'm placing something new in your hands, something steady, something lasting. Not a burden, not another responsibility, but a quiet empowerment that rises inside you like warm water, filling an empty cup. Picture yourself standing in an open field at dusk. The sky isn't dark, not yet. It's a soft gradient of honey and lavender. Now imagine a breeze brushing past you, carrying away the heaviness you didn't realize was clinging to your skin. Every breath you take becomes lighter. Every second feels cleaner. This is what release feels like. Not dramatic, not loud, but deeply freeing. And as you stand in that field, notice something glowing at your feet. A small ember, a quiet spark. Bend down and cup it in your hands. That spark is the dream you almost buried, the one you told yourself was unrealistic, inconvenient, or too painful to hope for again. Watch as it brightens slowly, pulsing in rhythm with your heartbeat. It's alive. It's waiting for you to believe in it again. Let this truth settle into you. Nothing in your story is wasted. Every wrong turn taught you the shape of your inner compass. Every heartbreak broke open a deeper compassion. Every delay strengthened muscles you didn't know you had: endurance, wisdom, intuition. You've been in training even on the days you felt stuck. Now imagine yourself walking forward and discovering a path you couldn't see before, not because it wasn't there, but because the fog has finally lifted. This path feels different, wider, warmer. It doesn't demand perfection. It invites honesty. You can breathe here. You can move without rushing. You can dream without apology. There will be people along this new path who feel strangely familiar, not from your past, but from your future. Souls who are aligned with your healing. People who will recognize your heart's language without you needing to translate it. You'll know them by the peace you feel in their presence. Your spirit will be drawn to them like water finding its river. And hear this gently. You are allowed to outgrow what once felt comfortable. You're allowed to leave behind spaces that kept you small. You're allowed to redefine what you accept and rewrite rules that were never meant for your expansion. Growth is not betrayal. It is obedience to your purpose. Place your hand over your chest for a moment. Feel that thump, steady, alive, resilient. That rhythm carries a message. You are becoming someone stronger, softer, braver, and far more aligned than even you realize. Not louder, not harder, just truer. Now imagine a soft rain beginning to fall, warm, quiet, almost musical. Each drop washes something off you. Old guilt, outdated expectations, borrowed shame, heavy memories. Let it fall. Let it wash you clean. Let the earth beneath your feet soak it all up and transform it into nourishment for what's growing inside you. This is miracle rain, subtle, healing, restoring. You've spent years believing you had to hold everything together. But hear me clearly now. Your life is not held by your effort. It is held by grace, by intention, by divine orchestration that never loses its grip, even when your fingers grow tired. You're not fragile. You're emerging. There's something else I want you to picture. A door. Simple. Wooden. Soft light spilling from underneath it. You don't need a key. The lock has been opened the entire time. All you have to do is turn the handle and step through. Behind that door is the version of you who trusts instead of fears, who receives instead of clings, who flows instead of fights. Walk toward it. The floor won't fall out from beneath you. You're supported. And listen. Prosperity is on its way to you, but not as a sudden surprise you can't sustain. It's coming as a steady flow you're finally prepared to hold. You are learning how to align with opportunities instead of chase them. You're learning how to let abundance move through you instead of slip past you. This is wealth that honors your soul. This is success that fits your spirit. Feel how your body responds to these words. A warmth rising in your chest. A soft pressure behind your eyes. Maybe a slow unwinding in your stomach. That's your spirit saying yes, yes, yes. You don't need to force anything. What's meant for you is already leaning in your direction. Your steps, your breath, your heartbeat, everything is syncing with what's unfolding. Say these words slowly, letting each one soak into the softest places in you. I allow new blessings to enter my life. I release the weight that kept me small. I trust the path unfolding before me. I welcome abundance with an open spirit. I grow, I rise, I receive. I am becoming who I was always meant to be.